Can you hear the fucking modem sounds in Renry's head right now? The fucking dialogue.
The saddest part is you're not wrong. And I forgot to index the server, so the search is real slow. Yeah, dude, it's one of those, if you get close enough, you can hear the hum.
I just hear the fucking... They're like...
Yeah, that tracks.
Gives a whole new meaning to brain goes brrr.
I mean, like,
Brain goes
dial up.
brrr, 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 brrr.
it's almost to the point where it went from like a dull hum to like a, we should probably get this checked out, kind of a high screech from. But you know, the engine light's been on for quite a while, but who are we to judge, you know?
Is that a dial-up, or does my brain have tinnitus?
Welcome to the Streamless Podcast. Today with me, I have Lazy Warriors.
As of the other day, I am now a magician.
Okay, Chief. All right, show me some magic, David Blaine.
Renvy.
You know, caffeine's just really not cutting it anymore. I'm thinking of maybe upgrading to like smack.
Oh, okay. Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Gotta go fast.
Whoosh. And I'm Cordelia, and I just found out that COVID erotica exists.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Just found out.
Oh, Jesus. Just for a second on that. When you talked about it in stream, my response was, this is unlawful. Burn them at the stake. I was so done.
So, how this
Yes,
came
please
about,
tell.
this was in the last 24 hours. So, technically today. It might even have been after midnight. I don't remember. But one of the community members, B Falcon Dynamite, comes into chat out of fucking nowhere and is like, do you want something that's gonna blow your mind? And I'm like, yes?
Question mark.
Yeah, big ass
Asterisk.
fucking question mark.
Asterisk.
Now, the thing about Falcon, really good dude, you know, makes me aware of a lot of like stream hazards and bots and shit off stream. He sends me DMs all the time about that stuff, so looking out for me. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I trust you. Sure, let's go. He's like,
Right.
Are you really sure you want to know? And at this point, I'm like, yes, And-
there's a pitch.
Jesus.
He's like, well, when you get a chance, check your DMs. And I go to my DMs and there's a link. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I click the link. It's a link to Goodreads, which for those of you unfamiliar, Goodreads is basically where people keep track of the books they read and they rate them, write reviews, da-da-da-da-da. You can go there to find stuff. It's for a book called Kissing the Coronavirus.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And
Please read the description.
okay, just for we'll only read for the first book here. Okay, so it's by MJ Edwards. 16 pages long. She was supposed to cure the coronavirus. Instead, she fell in love with it. Dr. Alexa Ashington-Ford is a part of a crack team of scientists tasked with finding the cure to the devastating coronavirus. Little did she know she would end up falling in love with it in this steamy, viral erotica. Kissing the Coronavirus is a steamy tale about forbidden love and dark desires come to life.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
first of all,
What?
Ashington Furt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I love how that's what got you on that. Like home slice. Wait
Hold
a minute.
on. What was it? Okay, so the person in the second book, which is called The Second Wave, this one's
Yes.
39 pages, so it more than doubles the pages of the first book. But the name for the second one is just Kelly Cauldron. Okay, no big deal, right? The third one, called The Mutant Strain, back to 16 pages. The name of the doctor is Dr. Amy Amyson.
Oh, wow, Chief. Real original there. Jesus.
Probably pronounced Amison, but still, it's spelled like Amy Son. But let me read the last sentence of the
Yes.
description of the mutant strain, which is actually an entire paragraph. But then things do start to get worse for Dr. Amison, and she's about to find out just how big a risk a quick fling can be in a world ravaged by COVID. Kissing the Coronavirus 3, The Mutant Strain, is the final installment in the Kissing Coronavirus series, much to many people's relief. So you know that these were written just to have fun. They are not meant to be taken seriously, but holy shit, the fact that these actually exist just made me cackle to no end.
For our listeners' sake, the amount of disappoint on Simon's face, faith in humanity is lost. That's the level of disappointment that we have right now.
Listen, the fact is that there are serious erotic novels about COVID out there.
I don't think these are serious, though.
I don't think they were, no, Miss Ashington Fudd. But I cannot get past the fact that someone sat down and wrote a novel or a whole-ass book where the main plot is, oh, look at that sexy virus. Need to get fucking.
Oh, and I just found this out by looking at the author's page. There is actually a fourth book that's not, in the series.
It's the Chronicles.
The Chronicles. Well, the Chronicles include books 1 through 3, and then it says +4, and I'm like, what's +4? The name of the fourth book is Kissing the Coronavirus, The Legend of Dr. Ashington Fudd.
Shit. I literally can't.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna guess the legend. I'm gonna guess that love kills. I'm just saying.
There is literally, I think you can only get that book in the Chronicles, and there's no description for it in there. So I have no clue what that one looks like.
That's beautiful.
I need to know what happens to Dr. Ashington Fudd. I am very invested in the life of Ashington Fudd.
Oh, but yeah, that has been a source of amusement for me over the last, 24 hours. Hell, 12 hours even, probably.
My mind just went through all of the chaos charts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the lawful, the chaotic, the good, the bad, and I was like, no.
This is definitely chaotic energy.
No. I was like, I don't like this at all. No.
I almost want to say this would be chaotic neutral, though. It's not good. It's not bad. But, it's not good. It's not evil. It's just there. But it's definitely chaotic. So.
Yeah, AF. For sure.
You okay over there, Simon?
I hate that.
No,
so
he's
much.
not okay.
Is he ever okay?
That is a loaded question.
No. It was so funny when you mentioned Goodreads, and I don't know if you know about that, Simon, but it's like a social media sharing website of you can see all the books your friends have read and what they're currently reading and feedback, and I don't know, I think I got suckered into it a long time ago to kind of sign up for Goodreads, and I was like, oh, I'm reading this one book. If anyone were to check my Goodreads, I've been reading the same book for 10 years. I haven't updated it. It's one of the few things that makes me feel so professionally inadequate as a human, because it's oh, so-and-so finished on their book, so-and-so left for review, so-and-so finished on their book, and I'm like, yay, block. I just because I'm just not organized enough, right? I couldn't handle keeping up with Facebook and Snapchat. One of them had to go, right? So me for Goodreads, I'm yeah, I read books, but oh man, I have been on that book for about 10 years. Well, and then I think about it, I'm like, maybe I should reread that book. So when someone asks me, they can be like, are you really seriously still on that book? Like, are you okay? Like, do you need help? You know, but I was it's such a little show-offy, flaunty book statusy site.
It kind of is.
I'm like, okay, well, I like books and things too.
Great.
One specifically.
I like book and things too.
I like book. I like book.
I like a book. I like
Just
a book.
one. I like
To be
book.
fair, if I heard of that everyone that would care to look would be like, yeah, you still on that Goosebumps. That
Honestly,
specific
though,
one.
like I've been considering just going in and swapping it out with like just smut. Like
Do it. Be
and
that
then-
chaotic force.
But then I'm like, I don't know who all follows me because you can just follow someone. Like it's a easy, like Twitter. I don't think you can preemptively block somebody or request permission like you can with Instagram and Facebook. But like you can just follow their Goodreads and you're like, ooh, you know, I don't want someone walking in and being like, oh, she wrote a murder mystery, great, and then it's just smut.
I mean,
Oh, she's currently reading A Murder, She Wrote. I wonder what she was reading before that. Advanced Kama Sutra for the real dirty freaks.
Hold up, though. Like, if that book exists, someone send me it. Because I will 110% add that to my Goodreads. Yes, please. It has to be like Gibson edition or some shit, you know, like real intense. Yes.
Wrapped in
I would
gimp
love that.
leather.
oh Jesus.
Yes. I love how you're getting more comfortable with what we're going to wrap you in and duct tape you to a chair.
I think he's coming around to the idea.
Mhm. Yeah, I think you settled on it. You're like, you know what? There could be worse things.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, I went to school. So that's fine.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to unpack that later. But,
Yeah, a little bit. But piggybacking a little bit off of like kind of a Today I Learned thing. My biggest moment of like a Today I Learned thing was like 2, maybe 3 years ago. I'm sitting there writing out a post on Discord or something. I don't remember. It was Discord, Facebook, Twitter, something like that. And I made a mistake. And instead of backspacing, I hit Control Z. I'm like, let's undo this. And then, like, without even thinking about it, and it undid it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this magic? This is ridiculous. How did this actually happen? Turns out it's been a thing for like ages. I didn't know you could undo what you were typing. Or like if you paste a photo in somewhere, you can just hit Control Z. Like I knew how to undo things in like Word or Paint or Audacity. I didn't know it was a live feature you could do on internet web pages. Yeah.
The look of disappointment for anyone who's not able to see this.
On
Renee's face right now.
The intensity of the IT stare is strong. Like,
But the thing is, I
What?
figured this out on my own and then outed myself to some friends. One of which is in this chat.
oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh, that's why you're quiet. You've heard this story.
He's
Yeah.
like, it sets off a vague recollection in my brain meets. But then
I've heard a lot of stories.
preach,
I've seen
brother.
some shit.
High five. Yeah. So
But then, like, thinking back on it, I'm like, I think I did know this, like, freshman year of college was, like, the year it started happening on Facebook. But I think I just forgot instantly. Like, I vaguely remembered that it coming out and going, oh, I'll never use that. I have no use for that. And then I promptly forgot it for, like, 10 years.
yeah.
Yeah. This is Queen Patangas here. Let me just go grab my crown from the garbage.
Can it be the
That
Burger
fucking
King
Burger
crown?
King.
Yes! Yes!
Perfect. Now I have to go to
Love it.
Burger King.
The vibes are good right now. We're on the same trajectory. I love it. Yeah.
Do you
and then I
think
feel like-
Burger King delivers crowns? I need to
Nah.
order.
You know, you
You
could
know,
probably
actually-
put it as a special request, and as long as you order a child's meal, they probably will fulfill that.
Simon,
I will only order a child's meal.
it's to
Then
ask
just-
for side options. You're gonna say yes, 13 crowns.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Much thanks. Many yay. Such royalty. Yes.
Yes.
No,
The
that's
delivery guy will see me in the door in short shorts and a crop top, and I'll be like, "Hey."
I need my crown to be the queen I am.
The best part of it is like I can 110% see all of that happening. Like it's a normal day in Simon's life. Like there's no deviation. There's no distraction. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Simon. Like, yep.
Why
that
are you
tracks.
looking like that today? Well, Wednesdays.
We wear pink. Sorry. Yeah. No. I can't
Well,
with you.
okay, so that would be unexpected. The delivery guy rolls up, you're in that crop top. Let's just say, like, Daisy Dukes, even, you're wearing.
Yes.
Do you know what you just put in my mind? An uncomfortable image of half of Simon's butt cheeks. I just want you to know that that's
Cowboy
where my
boots.
Yeah, you gotta have the cowboy boots at this point. But like my mind just went to the bottom little flump flumps that pop out of Daisy Dukes, you know, and I'm like, oh.
Now, that
Oh.
delivery driver, just, that was not what he expected at all. Ever. Ever.
Just puts
I
the meal on the
feel-
floor and just backs out.
I feel like there's a point in time when you have to recognize that you need to tip greater. That is one of those moments where you're like, listen, here's for the therapy. There you go. Like, I apologize. Yeah. So, yeah.
But, so, not what he expected, but has there ever been a time? You know, I'm doing the segues today. We got this. Has there ever been a time where you asked someone to get you something, anything, and what they brought back was not what you were expecting at all? Now, whether it was a joke or like they legitimately thought you wanted this thing.
Yeah, I married that. It's a consistent thing in my household. And you're like, why did you do and it's not necessarily like the wrong thing, but sometimes the wrong quantity. Or the
Oh.
wrong I'll say something which I think sounds great, but apparently it telephoned to like 8 people before it reached his ear, and he's like, that's solutions. And it's like, no, like I might ask him like, can you go get some like cream of mushroom soup or something, or supplies, and he'll come back with like mushrooms and cream, and I'm like,
Those are the right
No.
words.
I mean, we're halfway there, Chief. You overestimated the amount of effort I was going to put into this. And then like if it's like, oh yeah, maybe grab some fruit or grab some whatever obscure item, right? I don't understand what it is, but like when Nate goes into a grocery store, he suddenly becomes a domestic housewife, and I don't know what happened to that point. What I mean is, I'm like, oh, maybe get like a pineapple, which by the way, I never want pineapple again the rest of my life. I'll explain why. He'll come home. By the way, it was just us, just the two of us, 2 people, no kids, just 2 people. Why do we have 3 pineapples? just need to know why. And he was like, they were on sale for like 79 cents, and I'm like, great.
Are we going to
Why-
eat all of
why-
this?
Why do we have 3 pineapples? Oh, we could just cut up, eat it for over the next couple days or whatever. Why do we have 3?
That's a lot
Pineapples.
of pineapple.
It is.
But this extends to like literally anything else that might possibly be on or off the list. Because, he'll go rogue. There'll be a list, and then it's like, I want to put, like, horse blinders on. I'm like, just stick to this. Just do this. Just do this. And he's like, but did you see the sales? And I'm like, no! Like, can you just...
If I may interject real quick, because we were talking about Simon dressed up strangely. You said Nate turns into a domestic housewife, and my brain immediately went stereotypical 50s housewife in, like, the dress and the heels.
Yeah, and she's got her little coupon book. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but,
like,
you're not wrong.
But legitimately, my brain...
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
My brain legitimately just started picturing him in that dress and heels, and I'm like, why? Why are you like this?
Yeah. Listen, I'm with you on that. I'll ride that train. Yeah, for sure.
I can 100% see that.
Yep. And I would 100% back that play, because I feel like
sideburns and everything.
Like,
yes.
No.
Yes.
But I feel like little things though that he'll overlook, and like I have every single. This is going to be a Simon can't comment. Every single person, because I won't gender anybody, who has to deal with monthly friends has preferred products to deal with that.
Yes.
I have had a set preferred product most of my life with specifications to that product. It's had the almost damn near same wrapper, or marketing
Okay.
it's had for the... Yet, the variety that comes in this house, if I'm not the one buying it, is real comical. I'm like, what did you expect me to do with this? Well, that's what you wanted. And I'm like, no. Mm-hmm. Here is what I wanted. You brought me a Ford F-150. Like, this is not what I was looking for. I was looking for this. There are way different things. And it's kind of like well, I didn't read it that close. And I'm like, yeah, apparently. So, like, the variety I have here, I can open an Airbnb. I can really comfort a lot of people who have to deal with that. However, only like 2% of them are things that I actually use. So, yeah.
See, mine isn't as traumatic as all that.
Traumatic, yes.
I mean, sure.
Pineapples and pads, they're so traumatic.
They are so traumatic. Well, pineapple technically eats you as well as you eating it, but that's a story for another day. Exactly. But
that was a today I learned, but okay, thank you. Go ahead. I had no idea pineapple was eating you.
It's something about the enzymes actually break down basically flesh. So that's why your mouth gets all tingly when you eat it, because it's actually starting to break down the stuff in your mouth.
Just imagine a battle royale with me and pineapple, like, it's going down, bitch. Once I land, you're gone.
And so over the years, Jesse's done similar things to that, but the one that really stands out is I use, like one of those loofah things, like the ball-shaped loofahs that, lather things real easily. Yeah, you could never... Well, it was time for a new one because I change that out every, few months or whatever. Probably should do it more often, but hey, that's how it works. So I'm like, hey, can you pick me up a new loofah while you're out? He's like, yeah, sure. This motherfucker comes back with a loofah, but not just a loofah. This one was meant for kids. You know how I know that?
Oh, it was a little teeny? Oh, wait, did it have a little rubber ducky on it?
No, it didn't. But, it was smaller, but then it also had, like, a little foam squishy thing in, wrapped in fabric. What was on this fabric, you ask?
Spider-Man.
No, I wish it was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It was Elsa. I looked at him, and I'm like, excuse me, I don't want Elsa touching my private parts, thank you.
And this is where, if he was really smart, he would have turned around, stared you dead in the eyes, and gone, look, let it go.
He's not that quick-witted half the time. I love him, however.
I literally can't. I can't. That was clever. That was clever.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
I was just thinking it might have been like it's like a little endearment thing where it was like, "Aw, my little ice princess," you know. But that's way deep for Jesse, so maybe not.
No. Later, he admitted he did it just to get a rise out of me.
Okay.
He's like, I wanted to see your reaction. I'm like, okay, but could you have at least bought me a normal loofah to go with it?
You know, I respect that.
No, because that's where the joke ends at I did it. And it's like, yeah, okay, but can we have the real thing? And your brain was like, haha, 404. Yeah. And it's like, no.
No, I did it.
No. You're like, well, so much for that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I kind of wanted to just get you like a Anna one to go with it.
Oh, that one's long gone, by the way. It's been ages since that one, but I don't think he's going to repeat that again.
Listeners, if you're hearing this, spam
Olaf.
Cody with childhood or childlike loofahs, please. Just, I have her address. Feel free to let me know. I will forward it on. I will not give it out freely, but I will forward it on.
Jesus.
It's like a jumbo-sized box of just loofah.
Massive. But extremely light.
Yes. You know, yeah, actually. Could you imagine you just open it up and it's like, dump.
Hey, I'd be set on loofahs for a while. I've since learned I can actually cut that little bit off and it's just a loofah. But at the time I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't want her face on my coochie.
I literally, the whole thing I'm getting out of today is hide your kids, hide your wife. Elsa might be
Hide
on your
your cooch.
coochie. Elsa might be on your coochie. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm okay with that? Question mark. Don't know what that says about me, but maybe I have to go look for an Elsa.
Oh, I mean, ice play is a thing for sure. So like,
Yeah.
and you know, just maybe something
The-
to add into
the-
the spicy bits of your life.
The look on
No.
Simon's face, though, he was like, ice play is not a thing. Thank you very much.
She's
I was
gonna
like,
get you like
my mind was like, I think more of
things are gonna
us
go bad
are
down there.
more of this side are into ice play than your side.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, that are you okay down there, bud?
No, I don't think he is. The way you said, "Are you okay down there?" It sounded like you're talking to lower Simon, not higher Simon.
Oh.
All right, performance anxiety. You don't gotta wake him up like that.
I am not sorry for anyone who did not get to enjoy the visual of that.
Jesus. All right, let it rest. Give it a minute. It's got some anxiety, okay? Jesus, it's a little cold.
I mean, ice play, obviously.
Have we just scarred you for life?
No, I've
the
heard
ice?
of worse.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I've heard of worse.
I was like, we talk about kinks all the time. Like,
No, I
this,
know.
this is so weak, but like
Yeah.
the visceral reaction you had to that was quite great.
He's
'Cause I
gonna
thought that
still
was
have
pretty
nightmares
mild.
about it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like you're gonna get cold sores down there.
That's not. Oh, bless your soul.
What?
If none of you knew, that's a nice southern term, and it's not meant for nice things. Southern
True.
phrase of bless your heart, bless your soul.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cold sores. Get the fuck out of here. So, along with the gimp suit, we'll just put some frozen blueberries in your lap and call it a day.
Could you not?
Just for a minute. It'll be alright.
I'll need frozen berries on my sugar beets.
Do you know what I think's gonna happen out of all this? We're gonna end up with like a streamless cookbook. And like the number one dessert will be like blueberries over sugar beets. And I just it's served cold and it'll be great. And I'm all about it. Yeah. Yeah. That'll be the first one.
I think we can name it like Simon's Sugar Beets.
Oh no. Oh,
Only
no.
if the recipe image is just Simon and then big balls. Just
Massive beats.
Yes. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to get out of it. I might as well commit to it.
Yes. Just a little bit. But yeah, I feel like that the cold shiver you had over talking about Coldplay may have brought up some potential nightmares. And I am curious if you have any history, or any of you, of
Nightmares?
nightmares.
No,
Yeah,
never
kind
had
of
one.
weird ones, or like even ones that are like different, like in your, like as a child, right? I always kind of laugh because I feel like as an adult, a full-fledged adult, right? And I'm considering that like over 25-ish or so. 30, I definitely feel like I've hit the full-fledged, but like my like childhood nightmares were things like I was being chased. I had a nightmare where I was screaming, being chased by a giant chocolate bar. Like, I remember that one pretty vividly, and I'm like, that was so lame. Now I dream about anxiety, and it's like, oh my god, can I go back to the chocolate bar for the love of shit? Like, I need something a little bit more calm. Like, not like, or I'll have really weird, like, alternate universe, like, real set, like, super realistic dreams, and I'll wake up and I'll have, like, a moment of, like, dead sweat, like a blink, like, is the simulation real? Like, I have to, like, double check that, like, you know, and I just assume every time I wake up from those, I'm waking up into, like, a parallel universe.
Oof.
And I'm like, well, we'll see how it goes, I guess. Kind of like a whole Rick and Morty simulation. Like, I might make it, I might not.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But Simon, what about your nightmares?
I still have them, and it's still the same nightmare, so that hasn't really changed. But my priorities have changed quite a bit on what is and should not be considered a nightmare.
Oh.
Because when I was a kid, falling asleep and having a shit dream, you'd wake up, you'd be crying, and everything was horrible. You'd had a nightmare. And then, as I grew older, I started realizing that it's so great having nightmares, because I've never appreciated being alive any more than when I woke up. Fucking sweating my ass.
Wow. Can we talk about the 180 in view difference that you have? I think than probably anybody else.
Wow.
To wake up and be like, wow, I'm proud to be alive. Like that. No, usually I wake up and then I want to die. So, I mean, that's bold. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, like, the other day I was having a dream where I was about to get eaten by a massive worm doll baby thing. Then I woke up and I was like, oh, I have milk.
What?
What?
Okay.
I was just so happy it wasn't real. Like, I'm gonna go and have milk now.
Oh my gosh. Priorities there. I mean, meanwhile for me,
Yes.
you know, standard childhood trauma with baby dolls. You know, I used to have nightmares about them all the time. Other random bullshit things, you know, standard kids, monsters under the bed, in the closet, whatever. As an adult, and I bring this up because I had one last night, I dreamt that somebody got a hold of my social security number and started taking out like loans and shit in my name and got into my bank account and drained it and racked all my credit cards up. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather go back to the monsters in the closet, please.
Listen, them anxiety dreams, I'm telling you. I was like, when you were saying that, I had a partial panic attack. I was like, oh, no.
That's not fair. Don't get hit with realistic shit.
But the thing is,
problem, though, dude.
as Renvi
life
was
now.
saying, it's like the real. You wake up and you're like, did it happen?
Did it happen? Yeah, you're like, oh god.
And I'm like,
And
Is this the real life?
but like, in all honesty, though, what's more scary, a monster or like severe identity theft? Fucking severe identity theft, dude. Kill me. Shoot, just kill me. Throw me into a dungeon. Put me in Gitmo. I don't know. Stretch me on a torture table. Like, but kill me. Don't steal my... You know how much work that is? I don't have... the level of lazy aptitude I have and the involvement I'd have to put out to fix something that shouldn't have to have been fixed in the first place. Just listen, get a 22, load it up, all day. Like, you don't have to. No, I mean, there are people who are still fighting stuff like years and years later of like, no, that's a true anxiety dream. Welcome to your 30s, Cordy. I'm so sorry. That's a bitch.
It doesn't help that I work at a financial institution. So, like,
that
all of that shit
also brings it home.
Yeah, all that shit is floating around in my brain all the time because people fall for the stupidest scams all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, did you know that there's a prince?
Yeah, a Nigerian prince.
Right?
Who needs your help. Just give him $2,000 and he will shower you with riches once he gets his accounts back.
He's got millions and billions, but he needs your $2,000 to send it to you.
Yeah.
That's like people who like ransom computers. I'm like, okay, Chuck. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I would obviously try to solve it as best I could, but I'd be like, and all right, now you no longer have access to the internet. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'll wait. Please. Perform an Ocean's 11 type bullshit on this. I'll give you time. I'm gonna go on vacation, in fact. You let me know if you get in there and get my stuff. Also, I have crippling student loan debt, so good luck with that. Like, what are you trying to buy a Maserati? Not on my credit. Nice try. Enjoy that decline. It ain't happening. No, I pity the fool who tries.
Pity the fool.
I do love the people who try to hijack the internet going, you need to give us $5,000 so you will never be able to access the internet again.
That's almost like the analogy of like someone breaking into your house like to steal your stuff. I'm like, shit, I'll help you look. What you looking for? I ain't got nothing. You found some change over there? Ooh, we can get a soda at the vending machine. Let's get it. Like, where else?
It's every time without fail. I just look at Noel. So I just pull the Wi-Fi cable and I plug it in because dynamic IP bitches.
I feel like the way you have to do that is like with the Spy Kids classes that just goes like enhance. Bloop. Problem
and
solved.
you're done.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, please. Yeah, no, it is funny. I do like watching. There's some person, I can't remember his name. Maybe it's Kip Bunger or somebody. I don't know who does it on Twitch where they'll screw with these people.
Oh, Kid Boga.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah. Oh my god, and they get so frustrated trying to walk them through like a safety and support plan to qualify for. It's like, well, you can get the 2 years for it. It's like, okay, so I'm just gonna close this window. No, are you stupid? Why are you? And it's like, And it's really funny when a scammer gets mad because it's like,
it's so
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? You're stealing from me. What are you sad about?
Right.
I think there's one as well where one of them is trying to pretend they're from the DMV or some shit. Like, yeah, you owe $1,500 to the DMV, and like, oh, I have that in cash. You'll just go down and pay it then. No, are you fucking dumb?
Yes, and they're always so angry, and you're like, wow, okay.
Jeez, man.
Also, I kind of also want a sketch PC just to do sketchy PC stuff on, like that kind of get caught up in some BS, like attempt to crack open the dark web, attempt to like, I don't know, live out some really weird, I'm sure, 20-second fantasy as referenced by my Goodreads that I never update. But the thought is there of like possibly having this like international woman of mystery, and then it just kind of is like, well, motivation done.
Now I have the PC and the power, but I also need to crochet.
You're right. It's like the ADHD kicks in and it's like, and huh?
Dial up.
Dial up noises. Listen, that is, if anyone wonders how my brain works on a regular basis, just imagine those really classic 90s dial up AOL noises. That's me. I know AOL probably wasn't for you because it was America Online, but you get the point where it's like, yeah, that's usually until like about 1 p.m. every day. My brain is just processing. Like, I want to tell you it has at least a 970 in it, but it doesn't. Like, it's rough over here.
Please do not navigate away from the page until loading is complete.
Wait, and it is never safe to eject hardware. I'm telling you right now. It's never safe. Those drives are like, in use. You're like, how? You're not in use. Nope,
like
in
a
use.
water damaged like a water damaged Commodore 64.
Oh, Jesus.
A little bit. Or a CD player without anti-skip.
Oh.
Shit gets real rough.
On a dirt road in a car with no suspension.
Yeah, and no seatbelts because come on, we gotta have both. Like it's real interesting there. It's definitely had a few trailer park tornadoes blow through, and just some things there, and sometimes it's not. You never really know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but speaking of craziness inside things, I have a question, and I think we talked about it before, but different shows and stuff like that. But like Netflix shows, anybody have any recent recap on some good or recommended Netflix shows? And before I really open that up, I will open up with the fact that my thirsty ass is always going to go immediately to like the sluttiest show. Listeners by now will know that this is not unusual for me.
Nope.
But there is a show called Sex Life. There's only one season of it out right now. And dear God, is that that's a delight. That's a delight. Every single cast member is just delicious. Long story short, it's basically like a person who got married, picked like a safe life essentially, with a guy who's smart and they're wealthy and had kids, but started to kind of like reminiscing about her past and her more like wild, artsy, non-serious, music industry kind of boyfriend. That she had lived a big dynamic moment of her life with, and started writing about it in a journal, and the husband finds it, and it becomes this whole, they end up reconnecting, and there's lots of like awkward tension and just really good sex, and it just it's like, oh my God. And there's I binged it in one night without regret. And I will blame TikTok for this, because TikTok was talking about a scene from one episode of it, and that scene is yummy. And it's in episode 3, and I think it's like 20 minutes in. And
you remember this exactly, though. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, because there were some flagpoles I wouldn't mind climbing. And I'll just leave it at that. Listen, I could rewatch that. In fact, thinking about it makes me a little warm. But that's probably been my favorite Netflix show in recent past. And I don't know. It's one of those things, the way the season 1 ended, it almost could be a one and done, or it could be a American Horror Story type thing where each season is a different thing.
So like an anthology series or something?
It could be that, or it could be a continuation, which I kind of hope for, but also I'm open to whatever happens. But it was definitely the most, kind of a wow for Netflix. And I was expecting that on a different site. So, I mean, it was just funny because you try to watch it and Nate will come in like, oh, what's this about? And I'm like, it's just so good. And like, there'll be moments where I think it's almost, Corey, you and I were talking about appetites. there's appetites, and mine is easily ignited. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh that's great. Oh my, oh. And Nate's just like, all right.
Like, okay.
Like going through his head, like, we've never done any of these things. But I'm really glad that this is what really gets you. I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, oh my god. What in the 50 Shades of Yes is happening here right now? So I was like, it got to the point where I'm like, I just need you to leave. I need to have this visceral reaction, and you're just ruining the vibe. You're ruining the vibe. So, yeah, I pleasantly finished all of season 1, and I'm
Welcome to Sex Flicks.
Oh my god. If there are more, seriously listeners, if there are more shows like that I don't know about, please DM me. Like, this is a call to order. DM, please. Thank you. What about you guys? What are you watching? It doesn't have to be Netflix, but maybe like
yeah. No, it's one of those strange things where like I've got like one for Netflix, one for Hulu, and like one for HBO Max. And I guess technically one for Amazon Prime Video. Because I'm a slut for the subscription services. Actually, my husband pays for them, so like I just get to reap the benefits. Yeah. I pay for Netflix. He does the rest, though. On Netflix, Shadow and Bone, which is based off of I guess it's
like
based
the
off
third person to mention that. Okay.
Yeah, it's based off of a book series, and as per usual, show and book, I guess, differ, which, I mean, fine. You know, that has to happen. But I've only seen the show, and it's actually really good. It's kind of like in a world that's like constantly at war. There was like this big shadowy place. I want to call it a breach, but it's just like you go in there and it's dark and big old foggy, and there's monsters that fly around and can kill you in an instant. They don't like light. But there's also like magic users. And right now, because I watched it like a month ago, I don't remember what the magic users are called, but they're very rare, but they have their own like society, and they get trained, and your main character doesn't know technically they're a part of that to start with. I mean, predictable plot points. I'm not really spoiling anything, but it's about her journey and the journey of a couple other characters that are very interesting, and I love it. When it comes... I'm just going to try to rattle through these real quick. On Prime, we've got Invincible, which is a cartoon about, superheroes, one in particular, and his dad is like the savior of everything ever, right? And yeah, it's family dynamics and how this teenager is dealing with becoming a superhero, basically. There's other stuff. Not gonna spoil it. It's violent, so don't go in expecting to let a 5-year-old watch this. That would be a terrible idea. HBO Max. Where did that voice crack come from? Okay. HBO Max, I just blanked on what I was watching on that because my brain does not do the things.
Brain go burr.
Yeah, brain go burr. Actually, this one's not really a happy one, but I think it was really well done. It's called It's a Sin. And what it is it details a friend group during the AIDS epidemic in the 80s.
Oh.
So, like I said, not really.
I can get behind something dark if it's well portrayed.
I mean, there's the good parts that make you laugh, but then of course you're gonna end up bawling your eyes out because that's just the nature of everything.
Listen. I may be first and foremost 100% like lusty.
Yes.
But this girl is a shut up. This girl is a 100% This Is Us cry every episode stan. Like, so I'm fine with having shows where I'm like, yep, this is Fine. I'm just. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm fine. Sometimes it's almost cathartic to cry in episodes like that. You're like, okay, I needed that. That unpacked a lot. All right, on to the next thing.
And then the last thing for Hulu. Derek Delgadio's In and of Itself. This was a theater production that they taped, but it's a one-man show. And it kind of, you think one-man show, it's like all like, da-da-da-da-da-pa-pa-da, quick costume changes. No, that's not the type of show this is. This is a very cerebral show that gets you to think about life a little bit differently. Parts are just like It's a Sin. Parts are uplifting, parts will make you cry, but it's very introspective, and I very highly recommend it. I don't want to give anything away, so.
I literally, I can pull it up in here because I did it yesterday. Canceled Hulu. I started going through my monthly services, and I was like, don't need, don't use. And I cleared off 7 monthly recurring charges, and I was like, my Hulu was one us and my brother was on it, and I was like, hey, baby bro, finger guns, hope you're good, canceling Hulu. And it was done. I was like, whatever you have, figure it out on your own. I've been paying the bill forever, so doodles.
So that was my 10-minute rant on things I've been watching. I've been watching other things too, but those are the highlights from each of the major services.
Yeah.
I mean, I could include Disney Plus, but that's
Simon. What you been watching, homie?
Anime.
Okay. All right.
Anything in particular?
Netflix is remaking Shaman King, which I read so much as a kid.
I actually know nothing about that one.
It's about shamans, and one of them is going to be a king.
Wow. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's a Goodreads review from Simon right here.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But you follow a specific teenager, as you tend to do in these series, and they find souls of people, like warriors and such, and they fight using the souls and fusing them either into themselves or into weapons. It's basically magic, but with spirit buddies.
So what you're saying is once I'm die, someone can bound my soul, my spirit, to a great sword and use it in battle.
They can have a gremlin sword, yes.
Stop.
Wait a minute.
No. There are things of this caliber, includes Pandora's box. Let's not open that, okay? Let's keep that bitch shut. This is not the year. We are not doing this. You're not going in a sword, so help me God. Quit your shit. Stay in the cordy. We're not letting you out, Gremlin. We're not letting you out.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, mainly because my brain went, you have the sword with the cordy in it, and when you swing, it just goes...
That is exactly fucking why we're keeping it. No. Hell no. No.
But how great would that be?
You would be like, do you guys remember the first Suicide Squad? What was the girl's name who had the sword that had her husband's soul in it? I just see Simon out there on the field, and he's like, yo, you ready to go? Yes.
Just fucking hungover.
Let me taste blood.
Blood is all I want.
That.
Blood and coin.
That had me concerned. I was like, yeah.
You can wake up, you pull it out, the fucking sheath. Nope, too early.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Can you imagine? Oh, my God, no. And then if you were... I can only imagine your intensity, or shit, the gremlin intensity, would be so much that if we ignored it for too long, the sword in the sheath would just start vibrating,
skittering off
around, you know? Almost sometimes the glitch in Phasmophobia where things will start bouncing around. It'll be that. And it's just you, and it's like, attention, Attention, please. Attention.
May I have your attention? Really, I just need the attention. No,
Yeah, that.
fuck you. Let's go.
Start scooting themselves towards the door.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Blood.
What did you say? And Starbucks. That sounds right.
Yeah. Just a spot of murder and a cup of tea. You're back.
Yes.
Well, you can't even drink. You're a sword. Now figure it out. Slams door.
Again, blood, carnage, and a chocolate swirl.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. No. So yes, no. Nobody being put into any weapons or any. No one
Oh.
or no thing leaving anyone's husk for right now.
Oh.
Please. No. That sounds dangerous.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Simon. We gotta
Aw.
wait on that at least till 2022.
Sentient weapons.
But anything else besides the Shaolin that you're watching?
A good few things. Like Love, Death, and Robots. I have been rewatching the whole thing.
Love, Death, and Robots. It is a fantastic anthology series as well.
Is this I'm 404 not found. Give me some background. Is it an anime? What is this?
It is animated episodes, and it's it's basically Pulp Fiction. So every episode is self-contained. It's different artists, different stories, different settings.
A lot of it has to deal with technology, and
Yeah.
in some cases, like technology taking over or taking over different aspects of life, so on and so forth. So, kind of like
It's either that or like folklore sometimes as well.
yes, there's also that.
Kind of Black Mirror-esque?
Kind
Sort
of,
of.
but more. They can do a little bit more with it than Black Mirror because most of it's animated or computer,
True.
CG type animation. There's no live action aspect to it. They might have done mocap at some point, but like some of it, some of the CG is so fucking
It's
realistic.
fucking good.
Oh my god, it's like Uncanny Valley levels.
I don't know that
It's
one either.
so good, it's insane. I will say though, there's two like seasons.
Yes.
Season 2 falls flat compared to the first, but
Sophomore slump.
it's just
We'll give it to
interesting.
the junior year and see what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen, I felt that in my jellies. Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, that was me in both high school and college. But, okay. All right. Yeah, the other thing I was thinking of, like,
Good.
it is a far departure, but I was probably the last person on planet Earth to jump on the Rick and Morty train. And I have binged that all the way through. So, like, I'm now out of episodes, and I was like, the first season was that's a lot to get into. When you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I think it got progressively better. They really chilled out Rick's character a bit with the just the belching even. It's just like little things where it's like it got a little bit more like serious, I think. And then there were some episodes where like literally would end and I was like, that wasn't lighthearted. That was real problems. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
and I like sat here and I was like, I use this to distract myself from the reality. And I'm like, I'm not okay. I was like, okay, that's enough Rick and Morty for today. And there's only like
Alright.
2 or 3 episodes, but I was like, that's dark. And I imagine if I rewatched it while under the influence, I might have a different reaction, but if I got to a low like that, I would probably be like, what's life? Like, I'm like, no.
Existential crisis right then and there.
Just the dread would set in, and I would be like, because it was like a half dread, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not a, like, there's reasons why I haven't played, like, games, like, Life is Strange. I bought all of them to play them, and I only played the first one, because, like, that was super deep. That was super, like, dark. And I was like, oh. And I think I'd almost rather like a Doom-esque like monster to come rip my face off, right? Than talk about things that are like that are actually happening in real life, that are legitimate real terrors like that was. And I was like, that was deep, that was dark. And so I was just like, oh no, Rick and
Morty.
You no. Like, hey, you're not allowed to do that. You know, like anybody else. But no, I have to say that's one thing I am kind of proud of, because I'm late to a lot of really great things. I was late to Overwatch when it first started. I think I bought it like 4 years after it came out. It was just, I was like, I guess I'll try. And it's like one of my most favorite games. But like, yeah, I was like, I guess I'll check out Rick and Morty. And now I'm like, where's the next season? Where is it? Where is it? Give me, I know, I can't see, listen, and I understand now Netflix is like, they used to just dump a whole season on you, like, have at it. And they've been starting to kind of look at like semi-releasing things weekly. And I was like, that is not the consistent 8-ball of cocaine contract that I signed when I started paying for you. Okay? I should be able to pop in, snort you like a line, and keep going. No. But you're going to give me a bump and call it a day? Get wrecked. Let me have the entire line. As a side note, I don't do drugs, but I can I can understand the placement. But like, give me the full string, okay? I want that, and I want the little like Cruel Intentions, little necklace amount of. No, I want the full line, okay? Like, what do you mean you're gonna piece me out? That's a negative Ghost Rider. No. But
anyway,
you have a look on your face there, sir. So anyway, well, I'm snorting up the next few episodes. If we had to find you guys on social media, Simon, where would we possibly find you?
I'm on Twitter as Warriors Lazy, and on Twitch and Instagram and TikTok as Lazy Warriors.
Yeah.
All right, we're killing it this round. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, obligatory dab.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask a twofold question, because I feel like you're Cordy, you're also Venom, and you're gonna get what I mean by this. Where can we find you in the Gremlin?
You can find us at the 3 T's: Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, at Cordelia Chase. Cordilia Chase.
That was fucking amazing. And you can find me, sentient, single person, not 2 bodies in one, no symbiote, nothing happening here, on Twitter, which links to everything else, at Renegade G, RHENE, and G on the end. You can also reach out to us, guys. We have Streamless has its own Twitter, at StreamlessP. And if you want to email us some talking points, some ideas, feedback, awesome ass like fan art, we'll accept all of it over at streamlesspod@gmail.com. But until next time, take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.